Good morning to my St. John's Community Baptist Church family and all of those who are joining us online. We welcome you once again to our 40 Days of Prayer Spiritual Growth campaign. Please note that my wife Crystal and I are praying for you. We're praying that this will be a transformative experience. We're praying that God will continue to manifest His presence during your time of prayer. And we're praying that you will not be the same when this 40-day period is done. Today, I'm going to narrate for you week 3, day 18. Exodus 22:22. You shall not mistreat any widow or fatherless child. Exodus 23:6. You shall not pervert the justice due to your poor in his lawsuit. Leviticus 19:15. You shall do no injustice in court. You shall not be partial to the poor or defer to the great, but in righteousness shall you judge your neighbor. Deuteronomy 10:18. He executes justice for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the sojourner, giving him food and clothing. Luke 10:25-37. And behold, a lawyer stood up to put him to the test, saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said to him, What is written in the law? How do you read it? And he answered, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And he, meaning Jesus, said to him, You have answered correctly. Do this, and you will live. But he, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, And who is my neighbor? Jesus replied, A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among robbers, who stripped him and beat him and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance, a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he journeyed, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. He went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he set him on his own animal and brought him to an inn and took care of him. And the next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, I will repay you when I come back. Which of these 3 do you think proved to be a neighbor to the man who fell among the robbers? He said, The one who showed him mercy. And Jesus said to him, You go and do likewise. Meet the needs of the marginalized and impoverished. Read Luke 10:25-37. Do you want to feel good, or do you want to be an answer to prayer? We've heard the Good Samaritan parable many times. It was in response to a ruler who felt good because he had the religious answers about how to obtain eternal life. Love God and love your neighbor. But was the ruler willing to really answer the question, who is my neighbor? There are many in our communities, in our world, and yes, right next to us, who are hurting, trafficked, forgotten, starving, abused, and living in poverty, for whom Jesus is the answer. Take a moment today and pray for them specifically. Pray that they will find healing, stability, purpose, food, comfort, shelter, sustenance, and employment. Maybe even go a step further and become the answer to the prayer. Theologian Miroslav Volf states, there is something deeply hypocritical about praying for a problem you are unwilling to resolve. Part of a good prayer life is aligning our thoughts and desires with the heart of God. While you and I may not have a Jericho Road experience, as in the parable, we can begin to see others as God does as we intercede spiritually, materially, and physically on their behalf. Reflection prayer. The chorus in Brandon Heath's song, Give Me Your Eyes, will serve as the reflection prayer today. All those people going somewhere. Why have I never cared? Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the brokenhearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see.